Have you ever wondered how a company that once mailed DVDs became the biggest name in entertainment? It sounds impossible today, but Netflix didn't begin with streaming, binge-watching, or hit shows like Stranger Things. It started with a simple idea, making movie rentals easier. And here's the unbelievable part. In the year 2000, Netflix tried to sell itself for just $50 million. The company they approached? Blockbuster, the undisputed king of movie rentals. Blockbuster laughed at the offer. A few years later, Blockbuster was bankrupt, while Netflix became one of the most powerful entertainment companies in history. This is the incredible story of Netflix. It's 1997. Back then, watching a movie wasn't as easy as opening an app. You had to drive to a video rental store, walk through endless shelves, hope the movie you wanted wasn't already rented, take it home, and return it before the deadline. If you returned it late, you paid expensive late fees. For millions of people, this was completely normal. But one man believed there had to be a better way. His name was Reed Hastings. He teamed up with entrepreneur Mark Randolph, and together they started thinking about how the internet could change movie rentals forever. Around the same time, DVDs had just entered the market. Unlike VHS tapes, DVDs were small, lightweight, and easy to ship. The two founders decided to run a simple experiment. They placed a DVD inside a regular envelope and mailed it to themselves. When it arrived safely without any damage, they knew they had found something special. Instead of building thousands of expensive rental stores, they could simply mail movies directly to customers. It sounded crazy, but sometimes the craziest ideas change the world. In 1998, Netflix officially launched. Customers visited the website, selected a movie, and Netflix mailed the DVD directly to their home. After watching it, customers simply mailed it back. No driving, no searching shelves, no crowded stores. People loved the convenience, but there was still one problem. Customers still had to pay for every movie they rented. The founders realized they needed something even better. So they introduced an idea that would completely change the business. Instead of paying for every rental, customers would pay one monthly subscription fee. For a fixed price, they could rent as many DVDs as they wanted. There were no due dates, no late fees, no penalties. For customers, it felt almost too good to be true. Subscriptions started growing rapidly. Netflix wasn't just renting movies anymore. It was creating an entirely new way of consuming entertainment. But success didn't come easily. In 2000, the dot-com bubble burst. Technology companies were collapsing everywhere. Investors disappeared. Money became difficult to find. Netflix was losing cash. The founders weren't sure the company would survive. So they made a surprising decision. They approached Blockbuster. At the time, Blockbuster had more than 9,000 stores around the world. It was the giant of the industry. Netflix offered to sell the entire company for just $50 million. Blockbuster executives reportedly laughed during the meeting. Why would they buy a tiny company that mailed DVDs through the post? Their stores were making billions. Streaming didn't even exist yet. As far as they were concerned, Netflix wasn't a threat. That single decision would become one of the biggest mistakes in business history. Instead of giving up, Netflix doubled down. The company focused on technology. It began collecting customer ratings. What movies did people enjoy? Which actors did they like? What genres did they watch the most? Using this information, Netflix built one of the world's smartest recommendation systems. Instead of making customers search endlessly, Netflix helped them discover movies they were likely to love. The more people watched, the smarter Netflix became. Then came 2007. Internet speeds were finally becoming fast enough for online video. Most companies still believed DVDs would dominate for years. Netflix disagreed. It introduced streaming. For the first time, customers could watch movies instantly. No waiting, no delivery, no mailbox. Just press play. Many people thought it would never replace DVDs. The video quality wasn't perfect. Internet connections were still slow. But Netflix wasn't building for today. It was building for tomorrow. Year after year, internet speeds improved. Streaming became faster. Televisions became smarter. People stopped renting DVDs. Instead, they watched movies from their couch with a single click. Meanwhile, Blockbuster kept focusing on physical stores. By the time it realized streaming was the future, it was already too late. Customers had moved on. Stores began closing one after another. Eventually, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. The company that once dominated movie rentals had lost everything. Netflix had survived. But it wasn't finished yet. The company made another bold decision. Instead of paying Hollywood for movies, why not make its own? In 2013, Netflix released its first major original series, House of Cards. It became an instant hit. Then came Orange is the New Black, Narcos,
The Crown,
Stranger Things, Money Heist, Squid Game. Each success attracted millions of new subscribers. Netflix was no longer just a streaming platform. It had become one of the world's biggest entertainment studios. Today, Netflix operates in over 190 countries. It serves hundreds of millions of subscribers and spends billions of dollars creating original content every year. The company that was once rejected for $50 million is now worth hundreds of billions. Its journey teaches one powerful lesson. The biggest companies don't always win. The companies that adapt
do.
Blockbuster had the stores, the money,
The brand.
the customers. Netflix had something even more valuable, the courage to change before the world demanded it. And that's exactly why one company became history, while the other made history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what company's incredible journey should we cover next.